Flight 229, you're clear for takeoff.
Hey folks, Maverick Watch Reviews back here with another review for you. I've got something really interesting for you today. Today we have the AV-8 Hawker Hurricane Limited Edition Battle of Britain watch set, and this particular model number is AV-4046-03. And first I want to thank AV-8 for sending me out this review unit. They've really got some cool watches over there, some great designs, so make sure you check out their website when you're done watching this review and pick yourself up a watch. Now, as usual, we'll open this thing up, look at the fit and finish, the features and the functions, the build quality, and then I'll give you my honest opinion of this really interesting watch. Now, first of all, so far as presentation cases go, I think AV-8 wins the prize. Really, really nice presentation box. Really like the feel of it. I guess it's like a burlap or some sort of denim, I'm guessing. Just very well done. You got the straps, kind of like the simulated straps up here. It looks like these are kind of like fake brass. They might be real brass buttons down here. Just a really nice presentation box, man. I really like it with the leather AV-8 logo embossed here on this little patch. Really, really well done. I've never seen a presentation box, honestly, quite this nice. Really well done. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. All right, so you open it up and there you go. And there's a foam insert. Let me take this out. All right. And back there, this is where you would put your, I don't know if the camera can catch it, but back here's where you put your manuals, your warranty card, and all that other good stuff. There's little pockets, so you can see them back there. I can't tilt the camera up so much, but anyway, there's some pockets back there. So let's talk about what comes in the presentation box. Obviously, you have the watch. You have a NATO strap. The watch comes on a leather strap. Looks like you have this warranty card right there. This is obviously the watch tag. You have a manual right there, and then you also have a card, and I'm guessing this is stainless steel. I guess this is about the Battle of Britain. It says AV-8 Battle of Britain Hawker Hurricane, and this watch is number 374 of 1963. They're only making 1,963 of these, and if you flip it on the back, it gives you some more information about the Battle of Britain. So if you want to pause the video and read that, go ahead and do that. Get my fingers out of the way. See if I can get it in the best light there. Anyway, so you want to pause the video, go ahead and pause the video and you can read that. I'm trying to get in the best light for you. Anyway, so read it if you want to. So there you go. Let's go ahead and take this watch out. Let's also take out this NATO strap too, because I'm going to talk about this a little bit later as well. All right. It's a really cool presentation box. All right. Now, as usual, I'll go ahead and put up all the specs on the left-hand side of the screen for you, and then we'll talk a lot more in depth about this watch. You're looking at a 43 millimeter IP-coated case. It's 12 millimeters thick. It's on a 20 millimeter leather strap, and I'll talk about that later. It also comes, again, you've already seen the 20 millimeter NATO strap over here. It's 5 atmospheres water resistant, which is 165 feet. It has a sapphire crystal, which I was pleasantly surprised with. It has a date function over at 6 o'clock, and I'll talk more about that later. It does have the Miyota 8215 movement, and for those that don't know, Miyota is owned by Citizen, by the way. A ton of micro brand watch companies, including AV-8 and a whole bunch of others, use Miyota movements. They're just workhorse movements. Anyway, it has a 40-hour power reserve. It's windable but not hackable, which is a little disappointing, not a big deal. And of course, it's a limited edition of 1,963 pieces. So there are the basics of the watch. Let's talk a little more in depth about this thing. I like the overall look, but my biggest, well, there's 2 gripes that I have with it. But anyway, let's start with the positives. Great looking watch. Interesting original design. There are so many copycat micro brands out there, and AV-8 has done a great job to distinguish themselves from the other micro brands. This is a very original looking watch, and I absolutely love that. I love the dial. I like it looks like a propeller. If you can see at 12, 4, and 8. You can see the Geneva striping on the back of the dial. All of the indexes are slightly raised, especially the 12, 8, and the 4, which you can see are kind of like that gold-plated color. I like the hands with the little red tips. The second hand with the red tip on the end there. Minimal writing. You got AV-8 Hawker Hurricane, and then you can see it says automatic. It would have maybe been nice if they could put 100 meters. I'm sorry, it's not 100 meters water resistant. I apologize. It's 5 atmospheres, which I think is actually on the case back. So I like the look. Only problem with the look of this is that the IP coating, the black IP coating, it really doesn't show off the curves and the lines of this watch. The only thing about it is, if you can see over here on the left-hand side of the watch, this is a limited edition. I can't even read. Let me see. That says, gosh, I can't even read it. Anyway, it says like 270, like this is 275 of 1,963 watches. And you can't read that because of the black IP coating. Also, on the crown side, same thing. There's these markings that said RFD, and I'm actually going to read this from their website. The RFD stands for, it's referring to the famed Polish 303 Squadron, which was the highest scoring Hurricane squadron during the Battle of Britain. So I guess the RFD, that's the squadron name that had the most kills in the Battle of Britain. But again, because of the black IP coated case, it's hard to read any of this stuff. And wait till I show you the case back. The case back's the exact same way. So I would much, much prefer to get the all stainless steel non-IP coated version, which is the AV-4046-01. It doesn't have any IP coating on it. You can, clearly see all of this extra little writing, these extra little pieces of information and history and stuff about the watch on the non-IP coated version. Of course, you can see the kind of sign crown there with like the bullseye logo. A couple other little gripes. The date window is just crazy small. I just wish they would make date windows bigger. Maybe I'm just getting older. I don't know. It's probably because I'm getting senile. But anyway, I wish they'd make these date windows a little bit bigger. Let me see. Let's go ahead and undo this. And another thing I want to talk about, these NATO straps. The watch only comes with NATO style straps, and it doesn't give you the opportunity to quickly take the watch off and show off this rotor, because I think this rotor is one of the best features of the watch. It's just so well done. But it's kind of being masked and disguised by these two NATO straps. Of course, you get the leather one right here, and of course you get this nylon other NATO strap. But look at this rotor. Let's see if I can give you some close-ups here. If you look, that's actually a Hawker Hurricane plane. The rotor is the actual plane, which is really cool. And again, because of all the black IP coating on this watch, it's hard to read this case back just because it's coated with all that stuff. You can see where it says AVI-8 Hawker Hurricane. There's no way I can read any of that down there. Gosh, I don't know if I can even get it in focus to read it. I think it says Battle of Britain, I believe. Battle of Britain and some other stuff. But because of the IP coating, you can't now, on the all stainless steel version, you can read all of this with no problem. You can see the plane clearly, read all the engraving clearly, everything on the left and right hand side of the case, you can read it, very clearly. So that's one of my only two big gripes about this watch are this particular version. This comes in I think 5 different dial versions and case versions. So you can get other ones that are going to be a lot easier to read. And the size of the date window and the fact that it's not hackable. All, not very big deals, but I guess a big deal to me. So I wouldn't, I purposely wouldn't buy this one. I would buy the all stainless steel model. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's try this thing on real quick. And the one thing I do like about it, it is insanely comfortable. This leather strap has got to be one of the most comfortable leather straps I have ever put on my wrist. It is so supple and so soft. It's just crazy, crazy comfortable. Let's see if I can get this thing to work here. And then I'll go ahead and give you a nice lume shot as well. But this watch is just so comfortable. This leather is so incredibly soft and supple. Whoever sourced these leather straps did a great job. These things are crazy comfortable, man. Let's go ahead and put it in there. Put the there in the buckle. So there you go. There's your wrist shot. Really, it's a handsome watch. I just don't like this color, man. I wish they had sent me the all stainless steel version to review. So there you go. Great wrist presence. While I have on the wrist, let's go ahead and do a lume shot here. And I wasn't impressed with the lume. You're not going to be impressed either. It's not a very, deep application. And really just kind of the major points of the watch are highlighted on the lume. So there you go. I mean, it's going to shine brightly for, probably, I'm guessing maybe 30 seconds. And then it's going to fizz out. Trying to get it in focus for you. There you go. So you can see it's already fading. Now the hands are actually doing pretty decent, but the hour markers have pretty much already faded. Everything else is already faded except the hands. And I guess you really only need the hands to see in the dark. But it'd be nice if the lume lasted for the rest of the watch. So there you go. All right. Let's go ahead and pop the light back on. So it's an interesting watch. It's a great looking watch. It really is. Let's take this thing off. Again, I wish they would offer maybe a leather strap, a two-piece strap, instead of both being just NATO. So somebody wants to say, hey, hey man, let me take a look at the watch. You can take it off. They can see that exhibition case back, see that nice rotor. The watches are very well made. I'm not seeing any sort of production issues with them. Really well made, but I'm not crazy about a couple different things. And these straps covering up that really, really nice rotor is one of them. So again, really comfortable, great looking watches. If you want to get yourself one, go over to AV-8 and I'll go ahead and put a link in there for you. These are currently $450, which I think is a little overpriced for this watch. Now that presentation case is really nice. It's got a lot of nice stuff in it, but you're not going to wear the presentation case. You're going to be wearing the watch. That stainless steel card, the other strap, the super nice box itself. You're not going to be wearing that stuff. So I think it's a little overpriced for what you're getting. I think $350 would be a much better price point. Of course, I don't know what it cost AV-8 to make these, but anyway, I think that'd be a much better price than $450. So anyway, if you like this video, please click on like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. I really appreciate it. I'd also like you to invite you to become a patron of mine on Patreon. This is going to allow me to buy more equipment, better software, some more watches. So hopefully my goal is to start giving you a watch review every single day. That's my goal. We'll see what happens. But anyway, go over to Patreon and check me out, and I'll put a link to that in the description field as well. And guys, I think that's about it about this watch. There's really nothing more to tell you about the watch. Let me talk about the buckle here real quick. Is it a sign? Yep, it's a signed buckle. Again, with all this IP coating. The only reason I don't like IP coating because if you dent it or scratch it, it's going to wear off and it's going to look like crap. So that's why I like all stainless steel, or as much stainless steel as I can get on a watch. Maybe sometimes I don't mind that the bezel is IP coated on a few different watches, but the actual case, I like it to be all stainless steel. So anyway, if you'd like this watch, again, go over there to AV-8 and check them out and pick yourself up one. And until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.